Good afternoon, Happy New Year. I just thought I'd pop on and do a quick video about learning lines. This is a key part of being a drama student, learning lines, whether it be a few lines or a whole play. And I just wanted to pop on to give you a few tips and a bit of advice. So I've got a few hints that I'm going to share with you. The first piece of advice that I would share is to understand the given circumstances of your text or of your extract. This means that you've looked at the who, the what, the where, the when, and the why, and you understand what it is that's actually happening in the scenes and what is being said by your character before you begin to learn the lines. You don't need to have established character objective by this point necessarily. However, it is really important that you understand what your character's saying in this particular moment before you start to learn the lines. For example, if you're doing like a Shakespeare text or a text that has some quite old-fashioned language, you might need to unpick that first before you start to learn it and understand it. The second piece of advice that I would give is to do little and often. There's no point the day before you need to learn the lines, you sitting down and cramming them in, because research shows that that's not going to stick as well as if you learn the lines little and often. You might pick up your lines and practice early in the morning for 10 minutes or in the evening for 10 minutes, or if you have some time at a lunch break, but little and often is definitely the way forward. The third piece of advice I would give is to just make a start as quickly as you can. Sometimes if you have a lot of lines to learn, it can be quite overwhelming and you can start to feel really bogged down and this mammoth task keeps building up in your head. If you make a start and just learn one line or two lines, then you will soon realise how capable you are and be really proud of yourself, and that will spur you on to learn more of the text and feel that real sense of achievement. Number 4, don't feel like you have to do everything on your own. Please ask friends and family if they could help you learn the lines, if they could read your cue lines and go through the text with you and support you. That is bound to encourage you and help you with your task. Another thing you can do if you don't have anyone available to help is you could start to look at line learning apps. So there's a number of different free line learning apps that you can download and some paid versions as well, where you can upload your script or type out your script, and it will give you lots of games and activities to help you recall and retrieve those lines. Again, the apps are really, really good because you can do them little and often. So you might be able to pick up an app for 10 minutes on the bus and go over your lines for page 17 and make sure that they've cemented in your head. The next one is just a strategy for learning lines that I find really personally helpful. And this is where you add an action for every single line that you've got to learn. You don't perform the action, obviously, when you perform the text. However, it can be really helpful so that you process the line in more than one way. You're not just saying it out loud, you are adding an action and adding in an extra layer of meaning, which is going to help it stick. So I've taken here the miser, and I'm just going to have a look at the first text, and I'm going to demonstrate this method. So the first piece of text, Elise, wait. Okay, so Elise, wait. So wait makes me think of this, like a stop sign. So Elise, wait. Ma chérie, what are those cries? Ma chérie, what are those cries? So ma chérie makes me think of ma chérie. So I'm going to put my hand to my chest for ma chérie. And then what are these cries? What are these cries? Okay, so I'm going to repeat that. I'm not going to keep moving forwards. I'm going to go back and make sure that I've got that down. So the first one, Elise, wait. Ma chérie, what are those cries? So I'll repeat that again, make sure I know it without looking at the text. I'm going to put the text away. Elise, wait. Ma chérie, what are those cries? Perfect. Important to note at this stage, you don't need to make decisions about the vocal acting skills or the way you're going to say the lines. You're just trying to get them in your head so that later on you can make decisions about your acting. Let's add the next one. Rapture. So rapture, sorrow. So two big concepts here. I'm going to throw my arms into the air, rapture, and then sorrow, crying. So I think of covering my face. So I'm going to go rapture, sorrow. Let's try from the top. Ready? Elise, wait. Ma chérie, what are those cries? Rapture, sorrow. Yes. Next one. Oh God, regret. So, oh God, regret makes me think of that. So, oh God, regret. So, Elise, wait. Ma chérie, what are those cries? Rapture, sorrow. My God, regret. Got this. Okay, let's try without the text. Elise, wait. Ma chérie, what are those cries? Rapture, sorrow. Oh God, regret. Yes. So I've learnt there probably about 3 lines. I've broken them down into about 5 different actions. So I've learnt 3 lines, 5 actions. If I leave that now and don't do anything with it, it's going to fall out my head. It's going to leave my memory. So I want to make sure that I'm repeating it little and often to make sure I'm topping it up and making sure it's in my long-term memory. So I'm going to try one more time. Elise, wait. Ma chérie, what are those cries? Rapture, sorrow. Oh God, regret. So as you can see, I'm getting that sense of achievement. I've learned 3 lines, 5 actions. Make a start. If you need help, rely on family and friends, but little and often. Make sure you understand what you're saying and you're adding in that extra layer of meaning to make sure you remember it.